I do what I grew up seeing my mother doing. My mom was a vendor during the day. At night, she could be at nightclubs, being a commercial sex worker. It wasn't her fault. Our dad passed away when we were still young. We are foreigners here in South Africa. We don't receive grants. So life wasn't easy for this single mother of us. Mom later on died. After her death, automatically I was to become the breadwinner, looking after my 3 siblings. It wasn't easy at all. At that age I started selling, buying and selling, but it wasn't useful, and I decided to do the night part of my mother's work. I went to taverns, bars, nightclubs, being hooked for money. I've been there for many months till I was impregnated. Life became worse. Sometimes I couldn't manage to go as a pregnant young child. But at the end, I met this blesser of mine. That man really liked pregnant woman to sleep with. He slept with me several times, paying me good money. There is something shocking me. From the day I started sleeping with him to today, the man has changed. He was a bit poor those days, but now he is rich. He has a lot of things, and there is this thing which is affecting me even up to now. My pregnant is not growing. It's like it remained at 6 months. I went to doctors in clinics. They say the baby is still in the womb, but it's now almost 12 months without me giving birth. I went to sangomas. I then realized the man was using me in rituals. He went to this sangoma where he was told to go and sleep with a pregnant woman. I am being used. Yes, I'm able to look after my siblings, but this person is using me. It's affecting me. I went to many sangomas and prophets. They are saying the ritual which was did with my womb is unreversible. I tried so many platforms. It wasn't useful. The stomach is so painful. I'm unable to sell my products as I used to do. I used to sell wigs, shoes, but I'm unable to move with the items. If I try to go to nightclubs, taverns, and bars, they are no longer interested in me. They are saying they can't sleep with a pregnant woman. Yet this thing is affecting me. The man is not coming regularly as he used to do. For most of the times, he will be not around, and it's like he is enjoying the life because of me. Now he has mansions, cars, businesses. They are now knowing him. He is a popular music promoter. I can't mention his name because he is rich. He also me. There is a point where we reached the peak point of poverty. At that time, I started dating this old man. I'm sure he should be of my grandfather's age. I was going to his house, sleeping with him overnight. Then at morning, I'll be going back home to look after my siblings, cleaning the house, left them with food, then go to the man. Overnight, I'll be there. The man ended up saying he married me, but I didn't have any conversation with him about marriage. At some point, I remember he sent me to his village to stay with his sick mother. The woman ill-treated me. At that point, I can say that's where all these misfortunes started. The things I used to do with the woman, there was weird things we used to do. We used to go to her husband's grave. Then we'll dig, then take the soil almost each and every day. We'll mix the soil and multi, started to cook it. The woman told me she wanted to silence the spirit because she was the one who killed the husband because she wanted the assets. It was so painful to be used in such a way. I started faking like I was very ill. I was taken back by my husband, went back to the city. The first thing I did was going to see my siblings. I arrived at our house and saw my brother being said he has died after a short illness. I took my remaining siblings and moved to another town. We arrived there. It was worse. We don't have shelter. We didn't have anyone we know in that city. Started begging door by door. I saw it wasn't enough, the money we were getting from begging. At night, I started my hustle again. This time, I was taken by this businessman. Now my task was to sleep with the businessman's dogs. The man has a lot of dogs. He is using many ladies from across the country. The dogs are the ones who are boosting the business to have many sales as possible. He is a ritualist, a spiritualist. That man, I have never seen such a person in my life. He was so strange and weird. His words were final. The pay was okay. Everything was okay in terms of food, shelter, and clothes. But I ran away from him when he tried to use my sibling. I don't wanted my siblings to follow my suit. I was afraid. I moved back to this town. And now this is my problem of pregnancy. I'm facing many difficulties. Some sangomas are even saying it's because of this men of dogs, and this has affected my womb. I don't know who to listen to. I am confused as I speak right now. Solution, please ask for me to your people. Yellow Solution Uncle, please hide my identity when you publish. My wife died in a bus accident. We were all involved in the accident. She left me and the kids. Now I'm with the kids. But as a man, I'm the one who got to hustles, and I'm the one who's supposed to look for money to buy food and clothes. So keeping the children was not easy for me. I decided to marry another wife so that she can be with my kids whilst I'm going to find piece jobs and do the jobs, then come back with the money. I don't know, the decision was, I don't know, I have made a huge mistake by taking a wife I have just met within few months. The lady is something else. She is beating my children to almost kill them. She is also beating me. She is very powerful. That lady is very powerful. At night, instead of having good time with me, she changes to be a lizard, then start to move around the house. Now I have noticed I have married a spiritual thing or a ghost. I'm now afraid. The reason why I'm still with her is that when she changes to be a lizard, she goes to shops, supermarkets, banks, stealing, and come back with money. This is the money we are using. She is refusing to part ways with me because I have already tested their money. This is affecting me and the family because I noticed her interest in my sons and daughters. You want to use my children. Solution Uncle and followers of the channel, can you please assist me? I need urgent advices because I am in danger with my family. Good morning, family. Please, I am yet and sad and want to share my experience on friendship because others might be going through it and they'll be very careful. I have a friend, we are very close. We shared all secrets, everything together. We were very tight. Along the line of our friendship, God blessed me with wealth while he was still struggling to feed himself, and I was feeding him. Gave him money, always. He could call me more than 3 times daily, and our friendship was as normal until he got some job at one of the top security services in Ghana, and at the training grounds they were not allowed to use phones, but he could try to call me every weekend with one of their instructors' phone, and we discussed tax chops, money from me, as well as credit for calls. Brothers and sisters, after their graduation, he was posted. When I call him, he will not answer, but return the call after hours until I realized that no, it's not that he is busy, because even at training ground, phones were not allowed. But he calls, so why I can't answer my calls always? I stopped calling him, and he never called me too. But that was someone who calls me 3 or more times daily. And that was someone I used my savings to help in the name of friendship. Not, I am living better and don't need a dime from him, but I saw myself to be like I've been used. He never loved me, but because of benefits he was getting from me, he forgot so soon as he got rich. Never will I ever help someone in the name of friendship unless a family member, no matter how bad a family member is, I'll help, or I'll use the money to chill with slay queens in the pub. My advice is that never kill yourself to anyone in the name of friendship. Let's move into our next confession. Please hide my identity. I am a guy in my 20s, and since childhood I have been friends with this lady who is directly opposite my house. The way we were close, I always saw her as a sister, cause we are 5 boys with no girl, and she was like a sister to me. Friends, her elder brother also married a cousin of mine from my house. So, for me, I always saw our families as one. Let me add that she is 5 years older than me. I am 28 and she is 33. We are type of friends that share our relationship issues with ourselves, and she is also God-fearing, so she advises me a lot. Then later she started acting weird. She called me that she had something to tell me and she is in town now. So in the evening, we should meet in front of our house and talk. That evening, I called her several times and she didn't answer. Then she was avoiding me. Later, I was able to persuade her to meet me. She was acting shy of me and told me a guy has proposed to her, and she told the guy she was thinking about it, but she wanted to ask me if I was interested in her first so that she doesn't hate me. I saw that this was a format to see whether I was into her, but truthfully, I don't see her that way. I told her the truth, that she should date whoever she wants, cause she is like my big sister, and that's how I see her. Since then, she has distanced herself from me. I understand that aspect. What I don't understand is why she will tell her family that I have blocked her heart and has affected my friendship with them. Even my cousin who married into the family is telling me I'm growing and I should stop chasing girls and breaking their hearts. This is not how I am, but that's the story she is telling them. Isn't this childish for a woman in her 30s? I know a lot of things about her and I have not told her anything. Things are bad, but I have kept. Yes, this is our next confession. Hello, Solution Uncle. Please keep me anonymous. I am a male. We'll try to make this short as much as I can. So I have known this lady for some time now. Along the line, she had to ask if I was interested in her. I couldn't deny cause I was just that I was waiting to be well established before I begin a serious relationship. We chatted and got more personal. According to her, she is learned a lot from past relationships and wants to be careful. I sometimes send something small for credit, sometimes 10 or $20. Fast forward, she started behaving funny to me. Sometimes she'll call and it's like she is in a hurry to cut the call. Perhaps she doesn't want me to have the feelings of she really likes me. Fine. Sometimes I'll call and she makes me feel as if I'm asking unnecessary questions. In all, I felt she is doing that because of what she is experienced in her past relationship. So I personally managed her one day and reassured to her how much I love her, and I know she's learned quite a number of things from past relationships, but she should make it affect our relationship, but she should see this as a new start. She was quite cool for being open this way. Another day I called and asked her of how her studies went, and she was like, that's why I called her. With a lot of talking, adding that perhaps she sent me their timetable, so I won't ask her how her class went again. Well, I was mute on the phone because I felt bad. Her donations alone put me off. The call ended, and the next day in the morning I sent her a message that I can't continue with her with such behaviors because I always feel stupid and disrespected for some of her authorities. She replied, no problem, and we parted ways, though I still have her contacts and view status. My problem with her is she is never accept her mistakes, not to talk of saying sorry. I hope I made the right decision. Your comments and evaluations are welcome. I want to read comments from experienced persons. The more reasons why I'm sharing this is I want to hear from your personal experiences. Let's move into our next confession. Please keep me anonymous. So I was dating this man who was 20 years older than me. I knew the relationship was not going to end with marriage, but I was okay. But this man, though he didn't promise me marriage, he treated me like queen, gave me his full attention, and I gradually fell in love with him. Friends, he got married without my notice, and I heard it from an outsider. I didn't want to believe it because the weekend he got married, I was with him on the Wednesday, of which he got married Saturday. I was really broken, not because he got married, but because he didn't tell me. During our dating, I got pregnant for him, and he insisted that I keep it, but I was also in 100L, and I didn't want to stop going to school. So I was able to convince him, and we aborted. Recently, he wants to come back, and I have noticed that it's been 3 years since he got married, and the lady has not given birth yet. I feel like he wants to impregnate me. I still love him, but I don't know what to do.